Hey peeps, we are doing an unboxing today of the latest deck by Pixel Occults. I did back this deck and I did receive this deck some time ago, but unfortunately did not have time to do this unboxing until now. I'm very excited to unbox this deck with you, and we are going to be unboxing the Wayward Dark Lenormand. Now, I want to just say that how I intend to work with this deck is not as a Lenormand, it is as an Oracle deck. And I have the Red Hand Lenormand also by Pixel Occult that I've created my own reading system with. I have my own kind of grimoire / guidebook that I've crafted. And I found that to be really helpful in working with the deck in a way that feels right for me, because I haven't had time to fully acquaint myself with the Lenormand style of reading, which is less intuitive and has more of a structure even than tarot. So this is the deck itself, the Wayward Dark Lenormand. Here's the backing and the side. Ooh, I like that. So just that one side says Lenormand. That's really beautiful. I love the smaller size for these. Really enjoyable when it comes to working with them. With decks like this, because I tend to use these as clarifiers to tarot. So the tuck box is very snug. No plastic though. All right, I will put the details to purchase this deck if you would like to from Pixel Occult's site. Inside of the box is black and then black in here. This is gently wrapped in plastic. And then there is a little white book. Ooh, there's actually a pretty detailed instruction and several Lenormand spreads to work with. And then it looks like you get the basic meanings for the Lenormand structure with each image as well. Excuse me, with each card as well. I think you probably would want like an intro to Lenormand book. A lovely viewer and sister in the path sent me a intro to Lenormand book, which I intend to work with as well. I believe I have that packed away. But any type of kind of intro to Lenormand 101 book, you'd probably want to have that in addition to this little guy. Okay, let's get into the cards themselves. Okay, it has that nice linen playing card, excuse me, cardstock, which I've really come to enjoy. Oh, Rider, Clover. Oh, I just love the simplicity and the white and kind of blue gray. It's almost like a cadet blue is absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm very excited to work with this. So when I create my own guidebooks for the Lenormand oracles, I like to allow how I'm experiencing like the tree card. It's going to feel different than it does in the Red Hand Lenormand. And so I really like to work with what I see as the difference and the feeling that the card gives me as I look at it. So if you are wanting to create your own system, you don't want to work with the Lenormand system, but you do want to work with Lenormand imagery, I would recommend doing that. I have found it, oh, this is gorgeous. I found it to be very, very helpful. I love Pixel Occult's artwork so much. I think it's one of those things where if you're not drawn to Pixel Occult's artwork, then it's not a must buy. But if you love their artwork the way that certain readers like I do, it's so worth it. It's just really satisfying and enjoyable. And this is much like the empty cup. I like all the spaciousness within just one simple image and the darker background, black in this case, which is really, really enjoyable. Oh my. Okay, YouTube might be not mad at me for this one. There is some nippage there. That's gorgeous though. Look at that. Oh, stunning. There. Yeah, it's always got this kind of urban goth street vibe. Pixel Occult's artwork. It feels gritty and sexy and like science fiction. Whenever I work with Pixel Occult stacks, I feel like I wish I was that cool, you know, like I wish my vibe was that cool. Oh, look at the tower. There were a few stickers that were included with this deck, but I have boxed those away already. But there were a few stickers that I did receive for backing the deck, which was really nice. I like that garden image. This reminds me, please tell me someone else loved playing Castlevania Lament of Innocence back in the day. That reminds me of the garden level where you fight Medusa. The feel of that reminds me of that garden card. Crossroads. Mice. All right, the heart card so far is the only image where I'm like, meh, I'm not in love with that one. The ring isn't my #1 favorite either. There's book and letter. Okay, I like entity. That little grouping wasn't necessary. Oh my, yes. Okay, so here's one of the entities. Here's another. Okay, I love those two. And then here's Lily. All right, I'm here for that. I like the sun card from the perspective of the Wayward energy. So, and I'm going to read to you, oh, the moon card's lovely though. I'll read to you what Pixel Occult has to say about the deck in a moment. Love this key card. The fish, the little Pisces fish there look a little sad. I mean, I know they're not necessarily Pisces, but that's what I always think of because Vincent's a Pisces. Okay, there's the anchor card and the cross card. So I'm going to read to you the description on the website. In the imagery of the Wayward Dark Lenormand are the archetypes and symbolism of a Lenormand deck mirrored and modified into a chthonic underworld, evoking the beautiful and the macabre. The deck has a limited palette of whites and blues on top of black backgrounds, giving every unique card a consistent look. Underworld themes introduced in the Wayward Dark Tarot continue throughout this deck, which could be used as a companion deck alongside it, or it can stand on its own as a fully functional Lenormand deck. I do have the Wayward Tarot, and I was actually thinking while I was looking at the card imagery that I might like to bring that into getting to know this deck, is also having the Wayward Tarot present with it as well. It includes the standard 36 cards. To provide additional representation, some of the cards have added humanoid figures in them so that a querent may optionally use them as extra signifiers. The standard signifier cards of man and woman are now both simply entities, so that's that difference there. And their depictions are a bit closer to macabre cryptids, in keeping with the theme and setting of the Wayward Dark. There's a lot of information here, so hold on. The Wayward Dark Tarot launched in 2019, the Kickstarter for that. So the creator's just saying it was nice to come back to the imagery. And let me give you an idea of the price to purchase. It's $30. So Pixel Occult's always very reasonable in their pricing. And for me, this was a must buy. I'm very happy that I backed the deck. I'm very happy with my purchase. I hope you've had a chance to look at the imagery in case you want to bring it into your own collection and you want to work with this deck in your own card work. Let's just pull a card together here, and I'm going to read the traditional Lenormand meaning for it. Birds is the card for all of us together. So just take a moment and feel into that as a draw, and let me share with you what it means. Communication, companionship, negotiation, meeting, and conversation. As a modifier, gossipy, restless, anxious, chatty, and excited. So there's communication and a sense of conversation and connection, that if this pull resonates for you, you're currently in the middle of connecting with someone where communication, conversation, dialogue, vocalized is very important. And in addition, if you are experiencing this card in shadow, I would say if someone is gossiping about you, choosing to take the high road may be quite important at this time. So this is the pull, if that little pull resonates for you from this deck. I'm really happy I have it. As I said, I think you really need to be drawn to the Wayward dark imagery in order to feel like this would be a worthy purchase. But if you are called to it, it's a reasonable commitment. It's an indie deck. Pixel Occult's an amazing artist. They really bring a lot to, I feel a lot of intention to the decks they make, and they build beautiful worlds that you can just get lost in. So let me know if you're going to get this one, or if you already have it, what you think of it. I'm excited to work with it. Sending you guys, as always, oceans of love. I'll see you in the next video.